Okay, everyone. So now we are learning the inheritance. If we talk about the class, now the class is the combination of data members and the member function. Whenever we declare any variable, just like dim a as integer, this is the variable declaration. Now this variable declaration is the called data members, means this a variable which is declared is the member and it is containing some data. That's why it is the data member or called the attribute. And second thing we are having is the member function. Whenever we are going to declare any kind of procedure or function, just like we have declared sub Ankit ending with the end sub. Now these procedure and functions are called the member function or the behavior. So class is the combination of data members and the member functions, or we can say that variables and the functions or procedures. Let us suppose we have created one more class. This is class B. Now in this class B, I want that whatever the data members and the member function we have declared inside class A should be accessed in class B. So that is called the inheritance. That means some code which is already present. Now from that code we are using somewhere else. This is called the inheritance. Or we can say that the code of class A, code means the data members and the member functions, we are going to use inside the class B. This is called the inheritance. Let us assume that we have created one code of clock. Now this clock I want to access inside, let's say in the code of window. If I am creating a window, inside that I want to put a clock. Now I will not create separate code for the clock. I will inherit it from some other code. That is called the inheritance. So the existing code of a class we are using into a new class or already created class. That is called the inheritance. Now the class who is existing, that is called the parent class. And the class in which the code we are going to access, that is called the subclass or the derived class. So here we can create the definition that deriving the new class out of the existing parent class is called the inheritance. Now here different names are provided. Just like the derived class is known as subclass and the parent class is known as base class. If we talk about the class B, which is the derived class or the subclass, what we can inherit? We can inherit everything, just like the public, protected, data members, method, events, and the constants. So we can say that the derived class inherit all public members and the protected members. These members can be data members, methods, events, or the constants, but it cannot inherit the private members of class A. So of class A, protected and public members are accessible into the class B. So from the parent we can only access protected and the public members in the derived class. But the private members of parent class or the class A we cannot take into the class B or the derived class. In short, we can say that the private members of the parent is not accessible, but protected and the public members of parents are accessible. We know that the class may have constructor. The constructors can also be not inherited. So from the parent class, if the constructors are present, they can also be not inherited. Whenever we are using the members of a class into the other class, that is called the inheritance. Now the class which is on the top is called the parent class or the base class, and the class who is going to inherit, that is called the derived class or the subclass. Here the things are mentioned that deriving new class from the existing class. So new class can be created, or in some class we can take out the members of the previous class. Derived class is named as subclass and parent class is named as base class. Derived class can access all the members which are public and protected. So we can access the protected and public members, but we cannot go with the private members of the parent. Everything can be inherited in the public and protected, just like data members, methods, events, and constant. But the constructor cannot be inherited. So these are the main points about the inheritance. Now we are discussing the types of inheritance. So if we talk about the types of inheritance, the first type we are having is single inheritance. Let us suppose we are having a class. Now the name of class is class A, and whose members we are accessing into another class. Let us suppose that this is class B. Now from one we are accessing to other. This is called single, means from one parent, one child, or the one derived class. This is the single inheritance. The next type of inheritance is multi-level inheritance. So if we talk about the multi-level inheritance, as the name signify multiple levels. So multiple levels are there. Let us suppose that we are having a class A. Now this is one parent. Now from this class A, we are inheriting to class B. So here for A, we are having the derived class which is B. Now again, B is parent of some other class. So from B, we are going to inherit and going to the class C. So this is the multiple levels. So multiple levels are created. This is the multi-level inheritance. Next type of inheritance is hierarchical inheritance. If we talk about the hierarchical inheritance, as the name signify hierarchy, we know that in the system there is a hierarchy. One is the leader and there are some subordinates. So similarly, if we talk about hierarchical inheritance, let us suppose that we are having a class A. Now from class A, we are supposing it is a leader. Now it is going to provide its features to, let's say, class B. So class B is one derived class. And similarly, there is one more derived class from class A. This is class C. So class A is giving its features to class B and C. This is called the hierarchical, because one hierarchy is maintained. Now we are discussing the next type of inheritance, that is multiple inheritance. As the name signify multiple, means from multiple people we are going to take into one class. Let us suppose that we are having a class A. Now this is one parent. Now again, let us suppose we are having class B. This is another parent. Now from these two parents, we are going to provide the features to one child class or the derived class. This is called the multiple inheritance. So this is class C, which is inherited from class A and B. If we talk about the C++, now this multiple inheritance is a problem. Why? Because you understand that here we are having two parents. Let us suppose that this is parent 1 and this is parent 2, because these are the two parent classes. Whenever there are different data members, then there is no problem. But let us suppose that both of the parent classes have same member. That can also be possibility. Let us suppose in the parent 1 class, we are having a X variable, and also into the parent 2, we are having the X variable. So both the classes are having the X variable. Now, if we talk about the derived class, so in this derived class, we are having two parents. Now, this derived class is having the problem that which X they should take, because they both are same. So that is a problem with the multiple inheritance. You assume as an example, if there is a child which is having two fathers, one father is saying to do the, let's say, medical line, and one father is saying to do the, let's say, engineering line. Now, which father the child should believe or should work? This is the same category, that there is a derived class with the two parent. Now, both our parent are having same variable X and having different value. Which value they should take? That is the problem with the multiple inheritance in C++. But here if you talk about the .NET, that problem is removed with the help of the interfaces. So multiple inheritance is only possible in .NET only using the interfaces. So we can use the multiple inheritance in .NET with the help of interfaces only. If I am giving you a simple example to make you understand about the interfaces, let's say there are two fathers. As I have taken the example, two classes are there. Now they are having different parent and they are having one derived class, right? So two parent and one child. Now the two parents are having same powers and these two parents are guiding the child, then there is a problem. That was a multiple inheritance, and the solution is interfaces. What is going on in the interfaces? In the interfaces, we make one class or one parent as it is having no power. So only one class is having complete power and one class is having no power. So with that, we can implement this multiple inheritance. So interfaces are the concept by which in the class the powers are taken. So only declaration is available, but their initialization is not present. So that is the concept of interfaces. With the help of that, the multiple inheritance is possible. So here we have learned that there are different types of inheritance. The first one we are having is the single inheritance, where we are having one parent and one child. Then we are having multiple level, when we are having, let's say, grandfather, then the father, and then the child. And afterward we are having hierarchical. In the hierarchical, one parent is there, two childs are present. Then afterward we are having is multiple. In the multiple, we are having two parent and one child. And practically it is not possible. That's why this multiple inheritance is used with the help of the interfaces only. So here these are the types of inheritance. So that is all about the inheritance.